Hi Emily, this is Mr. Goyette with National University Virtual High School. Just wanted to get back to you about your question for our review of the Unit 6 Assignment 4. So we've covered the vocabulary and key terms for World War II, and now we're looking at getting into the Cold War here and discussing McCarthyism. Let's look at you're to read pages 825 to 828 in your textbook. And you're asked to read the following primary source document from Joseph McCarthy, a speech that delivered to the Women's Club of Wheeling in West Virginia. Before I go over that with you, let's address some of the claims here, or some of the question first. Look over our question. In a 2 to 3 paragraph response, explain what drove the fear of communism in the late 1940s and 50s. Was it well-founded? How much was McCarthy's anti-communist campaign a political tool? So let's look first at some of the background. So it was both politically convenient and also a matter of where the nation happened to be in terms of the post-Cold War fears about a strengthening dominant Soviet Union, with the United States having obtained the atomic weapon and nuclear bomb. You have the Soviets working on and achieving success in nuclear weaponry as well. You have a lot of fears about Soviet dominance, Soviet spies. And if we look on page 826, it says the Cold War heightened the traditional belief that subversion from abroad endangered the Republic. Bold rhetoric from the members of the Truman administration portraying the men in the Kremlin as inspired revolutionaries bent on world conquest frightened the American people. Frightened the American people. They viewed the Soviet Union as a successor to Nazi Germany, a totalitarian police state that threatened the basic liberties of free people. And your text points out this was not entirely unique to our nation's history. There's the Federalists tried to suppress dissent with the Alien and Sedition Acts of the 1790s, and the Know-Nothings had campaigned against foreigners and Catholics in the 1850s. The Red Scare after World War I and now after World War II is back. You have the House Un-American Activities Committee, or HUAC, that held hearings indicting people against communism, and it even threatened the Truman administration and Eisenhower administration, with McCarthy making these bold statements about knowing exactly who the traitors were. Well, let's get an idea of how he used his rhetoric to attack Truman in this case, and later Eisenhower. For years after after a world war has been won, men's hearts should anticipate a long peace, and men's minds should be free from the heavy weight that comes from war. But this is not such a period, for this is not a period of peace. This is a time of Cold War. This is a time when all the people, or all the world, is split into two vast, increasing hostile armed camps. The reason why we find ourselves in a position of impotency is not because of our powerful potential enemy, as men invaded our shores, but rather because the traitorous actions of those who have been treated so well by this nation. It has not been the less fortunate or members of minority groups that have been selling this nation out, but rather those who have had all the benefits that the wealthiest nation on earth has to offer: the finest homes, the finest college education, and the finest jobs in government. This is glaringly true in the State Department. There, the bright young men who are born with silver spoons in their mouths are the ones who have been the worst. In my opinion, the State Department, which is one of the most important government departments, is thoroughly infested with communists. I have in my hand 57 cases of individuals who would appear to be either card-carrying members or certainly loyal to the Communist Party, but who nevertheless are still helping to shape our foreign policy. Whoops. So you get an idea of what McCarthy's getting at there. Go ahead and check out page 826, take some notes there, and you will have finished the assignment. Good luck.